need to end that.
No, I just started another one.
Oh, I'm just saying you can still. We're all seeing stars, so
Yeah, no, the stars should have finished.
I don't know what's going on, but it's still live.
Oh crap! Oh my gosh! How do I end it? Maybe I have to open Restream and then cancel that one.
I don't know what you've done, to be perfectly honest.
No, no.
We'd have to figure out how to do a Skype together first, and then figure out how to feed into the YouTube that way.
No. I don't know how to cancel it though. How the hell do you cancel it? It says live. I don't want it live. I want to turn it off. Because the normal one seems to be going. So the normal, yeah, there's a normal one which Owen has said hello. Hello, Owen. The Restream one,
that's still going.
It shouldn't be going. So the stars are still there, right? Yeah, it does. It says live. Hang on, this is ridiculous. Oh no, now it's just finished. Not at all.
That was super confusing, that was.
Well, all the how-to videos that I looked at were talking about Restream. And yeah, I went into the free one, which is probably why it didn't work. And there's a spot where you can put someone's URL there, and then I get a link, and then I email it to you, and then you click on it. And then that way you have a split screen. But it sort of went belly up.
I've got to get this camera working. I don't really even know how the fruit biscuit this works.
Hello guys, how are you? There's only 14 people here. Is that Restream one still going? It says here, yeah, this is an unstable connection. And that's why I tried it, because there's been a lot where the connection is dicey, where the Restream one's more stable. But the problem with the Restream one is I can't get, there's like a 5-second or 4-second lag between Restream and YouTube, and it doesn't. Hello, Phil.
Oh, now you're back on normal thing.
Is that fluent, or is it because it says here the connection's unstable? Is that working?
Yeah, it's relatively not offensively timed.
So it's crap, in other words.
No, I wouldn't say it was crap.
Dave Rainmakers is on. I forgot to bring you back. Yeah, it looks like I'm back, but I don't know how this works. I attempted to use Restream, but I have no idea what I'm doing. I think Restream's good with Facebook and all that sort of stuff, but I put the YouTube thing and it seemed to work. But I was hoping, and it seems to be more fluent than this. You don't get the messages that it's unstable, and I'm sick of that because it's kind of disconcerting.
It's probably because it gets the feed first and cleans it up and then puts it on YouTube, so you probably got a bit of delay there.
Ah, that makes sense. Ah, please wait while we try reconnecting. So this is crap.
It's kind of funny. I've got you on the phone and I'm watching on the computer.
Yeah, but is it, and it's sort of staccato, is it? Is it jumpy? It shouldn't be jumpy.
Well, my end isn't offensive, but it might be your end.
Well, I just get a message up here that says that it's unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. And I've had this before, and it just stuffs your thing up. It stuffs your whole stream up. And so I end up pulling out of it and trying to reconnect, and you just end up getting it back. PK in New Zealand. So I don't know.
Mine seems to be okay. So we're having a bit of a weird. People can hear me and they can see you, but I can see what they're saying.
What if I can stick my phone up next to the camera? Hang on. Oh, try that. Hi, Grant. How are you? Can you guys hear Graham?
I could hear myself through the thing on the desk.
Can you hear it now? Is it any clearer?
I'm going to have this muted so that I don't hear double of myself.
Yeah, but so Dave reckons it's working well. Don't pull out.
It's not offensive. It's actually got a lot better quality. Actually, suddenly it got better.
Well, that's because I pulled out of the other one. I've tried to use a thing called Restream to get Graham XA Coupe Guy on here in a double split screen, and all of okay, so everyone can hear you, Graham. So
I figured that.
Yeah, I've just got my phone next to the webcam.
It all depends on how much charge my phone's got, how long it lasts.
Oh, if you drop out, just plug it in. We'll get you back. The person I'm talking to is Graham XA Coupe Guy. Most of the people that are subscribed to me are subscribed to him too. Can hear the person I'm talking to, yeah.
He's the crazy guy on the phone.
He's the crazy guy, and some of the things he says are probably almost as bad as Dave Raymakers and I. All right, so
I've got to make sure I tone myself down for this because it's all going live as well. So
I know. Yeah, no, I have to as well. And sometimes if I swear, I actually delete the stream because I know there are sort of people from school that might see it. AWA Roller, Radiola, 2 favourite YouTubers in the room. How cool. Thanks very much for saying that.
Yeah, it's not offensive, is it?
Well, when you pull out a vacuum cleaner video and 3 people watch it, it kind of comes across as offensive. But we're all good.
You'll be right.
Yeah, it's all good. It's just the weather's rubbish. Someone else mentioned here that the bloody cold tonight. It says, it's 10 degrees tops today. I don't know what it is tonight, but it actually doesn't feel much colder out there tonight than it did today. It was pretty foul.
It's the wind that's getting me. It's freezing.
It's what, freezing? Sorry, did you say something?
The wind. It's not the cold. It's the wind that brings the chill factor.
It does. That's right. So has everyone seen Graham's pink EJ?
Not pink yet, but it's getting there.
The one with pink bits. Headlight. What is it? A headlight surround and a scuttle panel.
I've done the 2 front scuttles and both headlight rings and the steering wheel column support bracket.
Okay.
They're all odds and ends that don't need any they don't normally rust and they don't need any bodywork, but they've got to be painted. So there's no reason not to get them done and finished and put them in the spare parts room.
Grant's lucky you got 27. You're not putting a Premier white wheel in it or anything like that?
Nope.
Bone stock special.
Well, the steering wheel is got an old school leather wrap around it, so I figured I'd leave it because somebody did it to it, and I was like, it's not offensive.
They're from, you used to get those in the 80s, because I had a friend, I had one in a car I had, I think it was my XC, the first one, and you used to get them from Kmart and places like that used to have auto things, and it was just like a spongy vinyl stuff. Then you wrap it around
Put a string around it.
So, I'm just reading the message. And a friend of mine had an HR, and I put it on the wheel for him, and he liked it. They're actually comfortable to use. I
managed to clean about 50 years of human slime off it. You put it in hot water.
And it comes good.
Yeah, so when you get a car and it's got like a grubby piece of trim or something, the safest way to clean that junk off is actually hot water.
Ah, okay.
And maybe a bit of mild dish soap or something. You just get warm water and dissolves it.
That bloody...
It's gross, but it get it off.
That Sigma I did the steering wheel on that, and it was half a millimetre thick around the finger bits at the back and where your fingers go.
Yeah.
And when I sprayed it with kitchen cleaner, I think I used kitchen cleaner on it, it kind of all started delaminating from itself. It's just the foulest.
We got you. Your feed's gone funny now.
Has it?
Yeah, I've got circles on your head.
Circles?
Well, it's got a loading screen, basically. It's not,
A load of crap. I'm sick of this. This is why I don't like doing it. So I wanted to use a different format, but I've got to look into it. I've got to try and figure out how to do it. Yeah, all those, yeah. So...
It'll come good. It's just...
29 people. Yeah, I used to get about 129. I don't think they do have to remove those wheel covers for roadworthy, but secure. Yeah, it's buffering. Here we go again. What a load of crap.
Hey, what's your internet mob? Oh, same here.
Yeah, it's not the best.
Actually, I think we might. The house here might be Telstra, and my personal phone's Optus.
Yeah.
I don't think much of Optus, honestly.
Well, the cable was really reliable. The end that I've had trouble with. It's just not reliable enough. I've still got dial tone there. But yeah, people are dropping off because it's just not. It's no good. And I don't know why, because I went out before and the kids aren't on the Netflix and all that sort of stuff. The TV's not on. Optus is crap. Yeah, I've had trouble with it. It used to be brilliant. I had 20 years of cable and had no problem with it at all. And yet you get this, and it's the NBN, which I didn't want, but they made me get it because they were disconnecting the cable network. And so it's been really, really disconcerting having to go with that.
Yeah, the numbers dropped down, but they come back up now. They're at 26 now. It went down to 20 for a bit there.
Yeah, I've just seen that. Can you put bog in a 60 steering wheel? Don't put bog in them because it cracks. It doesn't.
I was going to say that's going to last about 5 minutes, isn't it?
I did one. The first one I did. It looked like an old porcelain toilet bowl. It got all those micro cracks and crazing all through it. But I just use Araldite, the slow curing stuff, and I've never had a problem with it.
It needs to be a plastic resin with a bit of give.
Yeah, well, that's right. Well, it seems to move with the plastic wheels quite well. And so I haven't had a problem with Araldite. I heard that the mob that do the Pearl steering wheels, that's what they were using. But it might not be. Need it to be too hard too, I reckon.
But it needs to have some flex in it, otherwise it'll crack.
And particularly if you go paint the wheel white, so yeah, you'll see it with the white wheel. It just stands out like crazy.
Can I scrap that again?
At least give us a small wink. There you go, Dave. I just winked at Dave. Okay, so speaking of the Galaxy, when I got the Galaxy roadworthy in 2007 when I got it. Okay, so speaking of the Galaxy, when I got the Galaxy roadworthy in 2007 when I got it, near Good Governance Road in Mitcham, and Dave Raymakers was in the passenger seat. Well, it was a bench seat and I was driving. Do you remember this, Dave? Do you remember what happened? So anyway, there was a bunch of school kids, like high school kids, walking down the road. And Dave goes, let's pretend we're gay. And he came and cuddled me and was blowing in my ear as I was driving. It's like, Dave, what are you doing? Do you remember that, Dave? And the kids were all watching.
You made his dreams come true.
He did. So Grant did his Morris wheel 15 years ago with Araldite. How's it going? Okay, so the cracks. So Jolly's rogered Mr. Gab. What did they do? They charged too much, did they? Dave Buchanan from Manchester. How are you going? So yeah, Dave Raymakers remembers all that. He did it. I wasn't involved. I was just sitting there minding my business, and this grown man was hugging me and blowing in my ear.
Don't lie, you liked it.
I did, but no. It's like, well, look, what can you do?
You know, beggars can't be choosers.
No, look, I'm obviously a beggar now because officially I'm single, I guess. So he painted it black. I've done actually quite a few wheels with Araldite. I used it on the Plymouth one too, but the Plymouth hasn't been used yet. And that's a two-tone white and black wheel. That was a pig to do that thing because it had all the ridges on the back for your fingers to separate where your fingers are, if you know what I mean. And it was a horrendous wheel to do because the moment, you know what it's like when you fill something, particularly if it's, I mean, Araldite's sandable, but you think you got it right, and you throw a bit of prime on it, and you can just see every problem in the world, and you think, I've got to do it again. And so I ended up doing it probably 3 times before I primed it then, and I had to use a Flex 8 in the prime. I used a Flex 8 in all the paint. And when I looked at it then, it actually looked all right. Then I could do the black and the cream. What kind of paint Are you talking about the steering wheels? I just used acrylic. What would you use on a base coat, on a steering wheel?
You can,
People paint engine blocks in base coat, don't they?
yeah, you do run the risk of engines eventually making it hot enough, like because car paint.
Celsius.
Well, they paint most when they paint cars in spray booths, they're baked at like I think 60 degrees or something like that to cook them pretty quick.
Yeah.
So you'd have to assume you'd think it'd have to be able to handle a couple of 100 degrees before it starts going.
But you wouldn't think. I don't know. How much hotter is an engine block going to get than 60 degrees? Like underneath the heads, it wouldn't get that hot.
Yeah, well, most people who paint their engines all flash are trailer queens anyway.
Probably, yeah. I just use jam. I use air dry jam, and it's fine.
They painted a lot of engines in acrylic or something. Not acrylic, enamel for a while, didn't they?
I don't know. I don't use acrylic on engines. I used it on the XT.
No, I meant to say enamel.
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
Because enamel can get hot and then cool down and do all sorts of stuff.
Well, it gets soft when you heat it up too.
Yeah, but it's not going to like bubble off. It'll just melt.
It doesn't crack. But I suppose for a while when it's gone. It's fine. You can now marry Dave legally. Dave's still married. I'm still married too.
It's only a bit of paperwork.
Oh yeah, it's pretty. Yeah.
Well, they used to say the average marriage is 20 grand, the average divorce is 10 grand, but it's the best money you'll ever spend.
I'm taking your missus isn't in the room with you?
No, not currently.
Yeah, I like to think of the past, but it brings up too many memories. Some of them are good and some of them aren't. Apparently, I'm buffering again. Thank you.
Yeah, coming and going. It's maybe Interstate 76 or something like that.
Never played Wolfenstein 3D all the way through on a DOS machine. Played Doom 1 and 2 all the way through, Duke Nukem all the way through, and Tomb Raider 1 and 2, I think, all the way through. Now I don't even get a chance to spend any time at all doing that kind of thing. Yeah, this is just, apparently it's going, yeah. But it's funny because a friend rolled up today, Ken, and I haven't seen him in years, and I remember getting a few old DOS machines and daisy chaining and used to play Duke 3D against each other. And he came because we used to go, the footy was on, and we'd have the computer going as well. So in half time, you'd get on and all this sort of stuff. I used to just sit on the computer because sometimes the footy bores me a bit, but it was pretty good. And we were talking about it, so I've decided next Friday Ken's going to come over with Greg, and Greg was another one of the guys, but he lives in Shepparton now. So we'll just see how it goes, I guess. It'd be good to see it. It'd be good to see him again. So has this dropped out?
You're buffering pretty hardcore right now.
What the fuck do I go? I don't know what to do.
There's probably nothing you can do. Can you drop your quality down?
Where do you do that? Can you
settings, I think.
Okay, so where are the friggin' settings?
Well, I've never done live stream, so I don't know what your screen looks like. I'm just looking at a standard YouTube screen right now.
Yeah. Or maybe edit.
You always have this really bad internet, like at your end. It's like it's.
It totally pisses me off because it's pulled up here. Doing a stream from the phone. No, I haven't tried that. Yeah, I don't know. This isn't working. That's crap. Yeah, I might have to pull the pin. I think I will. Otherwise, I can't see in here where I can change. The Yeah, I can't see anywhere where I can change. I'm going to pull the pin on there, so I might come back in the middle of the night. That might be easier.
I'll still be awake. It's 7 o'clock anyway.
Yeah. Okay,
this says you streamed about 20 minutes ago, so you got one that says try a different stream. I assume you're not streaming right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna just hang on. Hang on, I'll just end. No, it's jammed. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, this says this is